Teams looking very, very good. Either getting deeper and deeper into these matches. They're looking energized and good to go. Godlike also with a 20 points out last game. I think that's just the beginning of something great to come here on Miramar. Smash ruling will be for tomorrow, but this is where we lay down that line in the sand, the literal sand on Miramar. Teams looking very where they want to hit up, where they want to go next. Got Milu back in the game for his last ride here on Miramar before we get into tomorrow. Good to see him back again though. Hopefully we'll have him a little bit longer in this game, Jackie.
Hey, you'd hope so, man. It's good to have him back. Incredible talent, unbelievable mechanics. And this could be the reset, right? A little bit more time, he's back in. He's got his fingers on the sticks once more. You deploy him into the lobby once again. And if there was a chance for Tiamba to start to assert some of that dominance that we know they're very capable of, hey man, go big, last game. Bring it on home, start to rise up the rankings a little bit, being a nice position to try and leapfrog tomorrow. It could still very much happen.
Southern side playing path, a little bit difficult to deal with. Some of these teams getting up towards that northern edge, at least on that eastern side, but Podpariso, Impala very much in play there. Good to go. Chimasera open for the teams to move down towards Aurora, getting out nice and early around that position. Top with the 4,970 damage, but Aaron and Scarface still doing an incredible amount of work here, despite where right now Ulf is on the rankings. That last match just generally wasn't that bad either. I mean, 81 points now. They're getting closer and closer to the top of the tables. Aurora wants to pull out something very, very special on this match, though. Remember, we want to set that line higher than anyone else by a fair margin to make tomorrow's Rondo a little bit more sweaty, right? Because I think Rondo, you can earn a lot of points on that map. You can earn a lot of points on that map, and it can get you far towards that smash ruling or even beyond it.
Yeah. No, it's true, bro. Like, we've had some incredible games with Rondo here at PMWC as well, at EWC 26. So, if it's anything like the beginnings we had, namely, it's fitting we get E-Arena on screen, right? Record-breaking game, some big moves. The stadium finish.
See that?
Oh, no, bro. They're styling already.
They jumped off the top of the building straight to the back of the bank. Okay, love to see it.
You do. But yeah, you're right. I think we'd love to see some of that level of, you know, sheer world-class gameplay, sort of championship mentality happening right then as we get into tomorrow for that first game to give you that leapfrog, that setup. We'll find out how it goes. For those of you at home as well, don't forget to participate in the event yourself with the lucky spin and draw to get some of those beautiful skins to commemorate what has been a very wonderful year here at PMWC. It feels like a rising tide has brought all ships up, Blank. The skill level, some of the plays we've seen, the 1v4s that it feels like this year we've had drastically many compared to what we'd had in prior years. It's been a lot of showmanship, a lot of excitement. And Paris has been killing it as well. So it's been super exciting. But hey, we'll dial in. We'll stick with the program for now, see what we get, if this will be a present of a final game between these sides and who's going to benefit most.
We have had a lot of rising stars as well. I mean, it's quite cool to see, because I mean, you mentioned the 1v4s. It's been a while since we've really had that presence from singular players in a big way. As we moved further over towards being like, the four-man teams have to all be consistently good together. We need 4 players that can play together very, very cohesively, but also have that star power in them. Now we're going further beyond than that, right? We're going towards galactic level gamers, likes of Milu, Kamikaze. It's awesome to see, it really, really is.
Feels like we're getting some of those superstar players where, like you say, man,
superstars.
It could make the difference, right?
Bigger than just a normal star.
Exactly. Yeah. Larger in stature or potentially gravitational pull. Yeah. I suppose that's true in Milu's case, right? He does just seem to absorb everyone in the lobby. They come near him.
Yep.
You're gone.
He's a beast. We did move over towards that western side on the circle, though, so that opens up a decent start here from Aurora, moving in from Chumacera early on. Got Picardo, positions around there, some of the trash drops, some of those compounds in play. Like, this is a very compound-heavy area of the map to start things off, like individual areas, not POIs. That does always make for a fun endgame. Oren via the Ma, you got Nongshim off the back of that southern plane path, dropping down towards Partona. Tizzy's already moved across though, giving an anchor point for the rest of the team to move in towards. Still far down towards the south, but at least doing some information early whilst he loots up the couple of buildings. They used to very much like RRQ stomping grounds back in the day. Way back in the day, back in 2021, 2022. Going back there.
Kicking it old school. Rolling back the years with some of the plays we've seen. In some ways, it's felt like that has been the case, right? Kind of a weird dynamic of the old and the new coming together to make something very tasty with the maneuvers we've seen. Hey, bike rotate. Shout out. Man's getting his exercise in. His legs will be aching. One neuron for both of us engaged at the same time. That's unreal.
Oh, dear me. Well, Adrian's going to move on over towards Milu by the gas station. Does have a vehicle. Don't abandon him. Come on. You make him go further. It's so rude.
His fires are going to be burning.
No, Milu's got bigger and better things to be moving on to right now. Can't be dealing with you on your bike. Heads over towards Eagle. This is over towards east side of Impala right now. We do have OG actually rotating very closely at the moment. I think that's just a couple of players there, though. It's our route. See a Tanky over towards Graveyard right now. So quite a wide split as Godlike just slices down the center of them through La Bandita. So they are cut off from one another for quite a little while here. It'll be quite a slow start because, again, this is always funny. I mean, for an end of game circle, end of day circle, this is really, really cash. This is super casual. Nothing super scary to worry about with. We're not down towards that southeast side where we're playing uphill the entire time, up towards the plateau by the hay bales. It's just back to normality, which I bet a lot of players are quite fond of. It's going to make a lot of the early game a little bit more slow, a little bit more simple in your rotates. A lot of your daisy chains are going to be easy too.
Very cash money for these teams indeed right now.
Casual, not cash.
Could be both, mate. Casual cash money.
Yeah, casual cash money. At the end of the day, you know, you get yourself up towards that top side, potentially secure yourself huge point
cash
leads.
money.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the lion's share of $3 million here on the line it is insane. I mean, it's life-changing money.
Oh yeah. You got the bread with the cheddar in the middle, called out a money sandwich. That's what they're all fighting over. Because it is ridiculous, man. You'd be doing wonders for your fans, for your organization.
Even just your family, really. It's an incredible thing to win. I mean, Yangon Galacticos, super cool following their journey. Since their win last year, I mean, they've been very much celebrated. You love to see it, and all the guys just seem so happy coming into this, and lovely to see them repping the Ancient Charm set as well. They've got their own skin in game. Wonderful experience here over at PMWC every single time, year to year. Fourth right is very central on this one though. Just over the western side of Picardo, moved out there nice and early, but we are hitting our next circle shift, the largest one here of Miramar into zone 2. It's going to be Ladriero though, I kind of already know it. It's not. Okay, good. I'm glad. I don't want to go there. I always find those circles really uncomfortable. Instead, we're heading over towards Power Grid. Enigma Galaxy kind of engrossed right now with Alula. Yasser, as well as Quick, a little bit slower to the plate right now as R3B and Claws get very much in the mix with them. Chasing him down. Give me another sight line, please.
They're begging for an angle. Hey, Lord though, up to his old tricks. Loves the risky peaks from all the way at the top side there. Pretty effective from that position. We'll see if he gets any chances to shine. STG and E Arena near each other as well on the drive up. Oh, hello, Darkin with a Mini 14. That's a connection over onto Falak.
Yeah, Falak going down there. Bad news there for Thrives. He's really the front man of the team. Brings a lot of confidence to the rest of the squad when he's still in play. Should be able to get the res on this one. That it was from Eder, I believe, and they are in front of them. So this is more a case of a step back type of deal, rather than the full-on commit. But both Turkish teams, you got S2G and Ulf making a pretty big send here. I think Ulf understands that they want to go a little bit further in this match. As before, 81 points, but they are taking big tags right now. Going very low. Just about stay alive in this one. Wonder if that was from S2G. There's some serious rivalry between those two teams as well. I love it. I do love it.
Feels like even over the course of this one event, we've had so many narratives of like little rivalries that have been popping up. And it's given us a lot of excitement. It's made some of the fights pretty intense, not only in the actual battleground, but for the reverberations it has between the two orgs that are going head to head. Left a lot of room for some cool stories to appear. Aurora on the move here, bumping around, doing the suspension in, but they won't care.
Always switch vehicles if you need to. I thought it was quite interesting for Aurora because starting Chumacera, I think it's quite a straight shot up towards that north side, but they were a little bit slower to circle, so maybe playing a little bit more comfortable on the edge here, or they just wanted to get as looted as possible, understanding that there is quite a lot of dead space in this zone. And they wanted to know that when it comes down to it, they have the utility, they've got the resources and supplies to make it through to the end, and they weren't going to be mega late by any means because they were starting in Chumacera. Enigma Galaxy do finally find that angle. Saw them earlier all lining up to take those shots. Zalula will get one dropped. No flush just yet though. Whew. Yeah, this is a difficult one. We do move over towards that northwest side. We've got the field in play. We've got the almost Death Valley that sits between Monte Nuevo moving up. Furia actually has a good spot here. I think Ayala already picked up a nice compound, and likely the rest of the team will be flitting back over towards him. Oh no, they're greeting it. They're going doubles. I don't know how I feel about that.
Trying to make a quick getaway with Lord taking a couple shots towards the back of the vehicle there. A few stray bullets to connect, but he's still on the move, so won't be dropped out of the car by Hora. And they're just going to keep forging a path forwards. Amidst all this, you also have OG. That's Orangutan getting lit up with the crosshairs of Eder being able to spot them out and somewhat punish them, keeping them outside of the zone on their rotation up and over, with Ulf close by as well.
Furia right now, they're playing a 2-2 split. Yeah, I mean, they've got compound that sits over towards the western side and then one that sits a little bit further east. They do have a lot of confirmation. I wonder if they're doing this just because they knew the playing path went from west to east, so a lot of players dropped out on that eastern side because there's more playable space over there in the first place. So they're assuming that there is going to be a big traffic jam on that eastern side, so they can afford to go for a 2-2 split right now. I would expect them to regroup on the next one, but this does give them opportunities and options going forward. And no one's challenged them. I thought S2G might try and plummet down there, but they've stopped short over towards some of the rockier areas of the map where they can settle in. Aru, they're finding good damage over towards Aurora, our current lobby leaders. And one's already down. Doc's very low. Nade goes long. It's quite good. I thought it was going to roll over the top there. Oh dear. Oh dear me. Scarface once again. Those taps were deadly accurate too.
Yeah, punishing quick jabs to the ribs there. Gonna leave them bruised. Orangutan rocking up. Oh, doing the classic strat. Ain't got time to stop.
Nice.
Cruising through one by one. Aurora eating the shrapnel, and that's Orangutan taking the heat straight to Aurora. So 104 points is where their day of big earners ends.
I love that from Orangutan, honestly. There's been so many times where they have had struggles on these roll-ups where they'll just roll through and try and get the drive-bys. There they just stop short. AKOP gets out and just hits the shots immediately. Then they can move on because they need to get further in. So big hats off there to Orangutan. Shots from behind there from Ulf, but they're moving directly into occupied territory with 4 Thrives. Hazaifa's down the backlines there though. No one's really safe. I think Ulf is right now just trying to profit off a lot of the teams coming in from that eastern edge. Tiamba sending it directly over towards S2G. This is a hell of a push. Nice shot from Razy though over towards 1. But T24 will shut him down.
Mate, punishing reactions with the DBS up close there. Blows them away and loaded slugs into that one. But here's the re-aggression. Oh, mate. Vitality on the reply. Whoa, they're going to crumble under it, so 4 Thrives keep on fighting. Amidst this as well, S2G were clashing against Tiamba, and the nade has knocked another man, leaving them with only a solo right now that's alive and kicking.
And his aching, I mean, Ulf quickly moved on this mark as well. They heard the fighting, they realized that there was an opportunity to open some space in the circle on the eastern side. They left behind that fight between 4 Thrives, hearing it go on for quite a while, and they're going to be coming in late after this. OG even setting up in front of them, dropping down the barbed wire there for them to wander straight into. Tiamba, it is aching, making them move outwards. Understanding today the peloton won't be moving much further for Tiamba. Try and get some placement points to finish things off. Nongshim Red Force playing down towards that south side. In the meantime, E-Arena took the eastern compound after that shift, and Furia regrouped over towards the western side. So, happened as expected. But Furia does get the better off angle because of that, so well done.
Ida as well. With Emre there getting line of sight back over. It's IQ that suffers from this one.
Damn, well done again.
Yeah, bro. Ida start it off, Ulf finish it. So 4 Thrives removed from the equation here. 7th place, 77 points at the end of the day for them. OG were close by to all this as well. They pulled back when they saw weakened 4 Thrives, didn't overcommit, but they're still amongst basically a bit of a rough sandwich with Ulf and Ida potentially pushing down. Jiggle eaten by the blue as well on Hora's late rotate. That's not ideal.
What's happened there then?
I don't know, bud.
It's an interesting turn of events for Aura. They love that position, but doesn't seem like it loves it. It loves them right now. Sadly. Aura's going to move down, try and swing over towards OG. And CG, what a shot over towards Lord on Nigma Galaxy. Sleepy will find OG on that one. Ulf might want to push a little bit further in, clear out even more space over towards this eastern side. AKOP just trying to swing on down, will immediately get shut down for that. That was a bold maneuver. The rest of Aura moving up. Last player alive is Aru, and he is down and out.
2 very quick pumps there from the shotty in their face, and that's going to finish them. Looked a little bit scary from Sky when he was left behind, but the off-angle peak did wonders. Hamstig's still going, by the way.
The Garant going crazy.
Mate, sniper with a hell of a scope right now.
Yeah. That is great stuff. Great stuff. Not what you expect to see on the last game of the day. Circle centers directly. A very kind circle. But it's all this weird rocky ground towards the center here. S2G mostly having control over it. They even have Kamikaze down towards that south side, providing another point for them to move over towards. Aura looking over towards Ida right now, and Ulf still being those gatekeepers on that eastern edge.
You basically have this blockade slowly shuffling further back from Aura. They pushed in, deal with OG, set the focus up onto Ida. They've got a bit of a read as well where the other potential teams are. Just throw nades over, especially with the visual contact there. A few shots back onto them from Ulf. They've got a bit of a ridge to play off, so they can sort of hunker in. Solus is on the off angle towards the left-hand side. This is his POV here. You can still paranoid though. Compound behind them, that's got E-Arena in it.
Barking, finding final player there from Tiamba. So Tiamba will finish on 8th place, 71 points. Potentially taken over there by Furia, because I think they've got quite a good spot going forward on this one. Sky goes down to Solus, and Ketch will pick up the elimination. So Ulf still putting up points this game, up to 5 so far, but they are down to 3 players after an early knock and flush over towards Solus. They're making the most of it on this eastern side. I like to see it.
The arena. That's a nice readjustment there. Solus being hard confirmed, but that's stolen away by Hora that finally feel confident to push up into the face whilst E-Arena dispatch Alula. Shutting them down now. Re-aggression, no fear, holds the line, puts shots on target. Ida getting involved as well. So all fragmented. The 5 elims they got might very well be where they end this one with only a single reserve left. Mormon coming up quick. E-Arena, mate, they're in a good position. If they can pull points out of this game and stay alive, clean up on this battlefield ahead of them, it could be a gigantic slingshot to overtake Aurora.
Yeah, set themselves up nicely for tomorrow. Mormon dropping smokes, trying to create a distraction in the front lines. Emre takes a heavy hit. E-Arena been quick with it so far. Mormon being a massively big player for the team. What a nade over the top. That is a long toss on that one. Sends another for the airburst. It's a little bit of damage in. Swing gets hit hard, and E-Arena is bombarding the front lines.
It's Masher from Swaps, and he wants even more. Sleepy just trying to steal points where possible, and this is now the response play.
It's a backstab right now, actually. Oh my goodness me. And they do catch E-Arena sleeping. Nade goes out, Sleepy very low, one last nade in the chamber, goes too far. Airburst might have been needed to be a little bit cleaner on that one, but Schweppes not quite out, and Ida floundering in the background.
Mormon back to his old tricks. Headshot there onto Darkin to finally finish him off. We see Nonshin Red Force showing up in the Elim feed as well, with Nigma Galaxy similarly taking the hit over towards Godlike, and Furia have smelt this weakness. They're coming in for a close collapse behind the vehicles, putting the pedal down to the metal. With S-Power gone, goodbye Godlike, but now they've got another team to worry about. This is the fight established by Furia.
Pins pulled, all the nades sent over the top right now, looking for Nigma Galaxy. And stitch them up on this side of the map at the moment. Good push out from Fury as well. Love to see it. They knew that they cleared the majority of the space. They get rid of Nigma Galaxy. They're playing essentially straight in towards that eastern side. No worries to the 180 behind them. Nigma Galaxy though, quick, a very, very quick rotate out, understanding that it's better to regroup, reassess from that location on that north side with cover before they make their next maneuver. They might actually just have to make a full send, full rotate towards the eastern side despite not knowing what's there, because both S2G and Fury is going to have nasty sightlines over towards if they try and play in from that northern edge.
Nonshin being able to hit perfectly up against Flash, resulting in only Tops barely limping away there. Got back behind the vehicle and pieced out in the driving seat. They've got that 2-2 split with focus still turned onto Rita. It's the angle of Kooks in play right here though. Close quarters connection, spamming with the SMG in the face. Yasser trapped, no escape plan there, and Alula fall off the back of it. Amidst this, we also wave bye-bye to Ida as the last man is dispatched. E-Arena taking shots over towards the setup from Nigma Galaxy. Hamzig looking so damn sick with this snipe. Ready for a little bit more. You peek out and your block could be knocked off.
CG, you still got the Garand as well. It's very, very cool. Playing to the end here. Hamzy G looking good so far on the long-range peaks. Nigma Galaxy opt not to go for that swing over towards the eastern side. I do feel like this is a bit of a death sentence for them though. I'm not sure how they're going to extricate themselves from this. S2G looking for another chicken dinner here though. They have been so consistent with it. They have been so bold in these games and really taking advantage of that fact. And Fury is struggling to make their way out from this western side. Pushing into open ground. Lord explodes one vehicle. In comes the rest, and Schweppes is setting up for the big spray.
Schweppes could steal so much from this. The eye in the sky taking pot shots when they're weakest. The nades thrown from either side, detonating all around as silence finally falls over Furia with him being dropped. Ayala cooking the last nade back, dashes it into Nigma.
Doesn't go far enough though. the grass kind of obscuring his vision just a little bit. Still over towards the edge, assuming they're going to jump out towards the side as the nade comes in, but both baits unsuccessful. Switching out the JS9. Need that long range to feel fine versus Furia. Zayala sits on the other side. Blue's going to be a bit of a nightmare here. Chief just stayed behind. We got the night cam on board. Not the best time for him either, watching his team in a real sticky scenario. Like you said, though, eArena looking to put up more points, but it's Nongshim Red Force, actually, who might have a good chance here to really set themselves up the rankings. It'd be great to see those rankings, so we can set up for tomorrow of where that smash ruling placement would be.
For Nongshim, you're spot on, though. They do thrive in these kind of situations, so let's see if the teams forget about them and they can step back up. Here you go. This is the lay of the land as well, what we wanted to see. eArena on top right now. They've just lapped Aurora. 105 points with a 7 elimination game and showing no signs of running out of fuel just yet. They've been keeping the intense action on. Tops was the last man from Flash. He had to hightail it, went fought from Nongshim a few moments ago, and he's still running away. Looking for a setup center zone to stay alive for a little bit longer, but might be food fed over to S2G.
Pops goes, MCG, man, what is this? This is actually insane behavior. But he's making it work. Bayonet on the front, and he is slicing and dicing through the opposition. Pure stabs to the enemy teams. Lobby getting perforated by S2G. Nongshim Red Force might have to move forward with the Kevlar in play at this rate.
Damage done again.
What is he doing?
Shot after shot. The bolt action sending reverberations through the lobby, but now they're going to try and turn this one to an up-close and personal encounter. Nongshim put the pedal to the metal, they drop in close, the nade blows the car away, Hyunbin buckles under the pressure as So Easy hits the deck, Kamikaze, 3 nades in the back pocket, 1 thrown towards him, split the difference, that's the reply back. So Easy trying to keep himself alive. In the midst of all this, we say bye-bye to Furia, and Kamikaze knows that eArena are collapsing as well. Nongshim up close, good play done. The pump action silences S2G.
eArena off the distance. Nongshim Red Force looking to finish out the game now. What a good push up there. The hero Hyunbin himself carries the will it to it's not Arena. 3 versus 1 as they shoot from more. So finish things as a sim.
Session. Can eArena teach Nongshim Red Force a lesson on this one? If they can find a knock, find a pick, they could collapse off the back of it, and we know they've been so damn good in thriving in the chaos today. That could be their outlier, that could be their way to close this with a huge game. Not only take first place, but absolutely skyrocket up to a nice point barrier going into the Smash Rule tomorrow. A lot riding on this for either team. And like you touched on, that one bit of benefit is the manpower advantage for Nongshim. They can play off each other in a slower approach.
eArena still have vehicles in play, but for Nongshim Red Force, they're on foot right now. Feel the sand between the toes, but it looks rougher right now for eArena. Smoke's been sent out, and a big old lineup here from Nongshim Red Force. One another on towards the center. Joker pulls out the initial nade. Wait for an opportunity to use it. So easy. Masked by the smoke, gets up towards the hard cover first. Hyunbin, always the first to charge. Crowbar in hand.
Can he smash his way through the defense? No! Mormon asking them to feed him more as he just wants opportunities to show how good he is. The nade is primed. Nongshim lose their edge down to a 3v3 and the nades keep landing on top of their heads so easy. On the rack back around, he's going for the off-angle adjustment. Hyunbin crawling in to try and be saved. XZY committing to the medic play, but Schweppes, an off-angle reposition. The nade barely bounces over, chip damage done.
So easy behind the tree. They did get the res off. Hyunbin's back up again. Arena wasn't able to push forward because the backline support coming through from Nongshim Red Force. Mormon round the side. Molotov prevents the push, but so easy. Sidesteps it. Gets into this one. Hot beat on the card. S12K goes crazy.
He's firing off shots, but these aren't warnings. It's him coming in to show how much damage he can do. So easy wants to live up to his name as the punishing play arrives. And it's Nongshim Red Force with the chicken dinner.
Showing some force right at the end of the day, and they do force themselves past everyone else on the leaderboard. This will be a nice points barrier going into tomorrow. Nongshim Red Force. Hyunbin has been amazing so far. That aggression that the rest of the team can follow up on is absolutely contagious. Yes, he goes down, but what a follow-up from his team today, right at these finishing moments. And a long day, to say the least.
In a moment of panic, a team that's proved that communication and teamwork has been what's put them in the conversation with championship mentality is what will get them over the line. They dig their heels in deep, they play off each other, save their mate, and then show us that aggression that we know they have inside them. Unsheath the sword blank and chop straight through E-Arena, standing strong in that gladiatorial combat for the final chicken dinner of the day.
And this was a crazy finish from So Easy. Just did not stop moving. Essentially charged over the top of that ridge side and just shut E-Arena down. What a wonderful play there to finish things off. I mean, definitely showing up Hyunbin a little bit there, I would say. And I mean, it's good to see. And I think for Hyunbin, it's almost a good thing that his aggression is contagious, because for South Korea, for a long time in the past, it used to be that they were the team that would dominate from the center, and then we slowly got more and more of these teams, these players, D+ Kia, for instance, who started to bring that aggression. And it's awesome. It is awesome. I feel like I'm getting flashbacks to that right now. I think this team has a real chance. They have been slowly but surely eking their way up the rankings, but that could be said for a lot of teams. I mean, Ulf, E-Arena, Aurora today, S2G, all looking fantastic. It's hard, man, because there were even teams from survival stage that I was sad not to see in the finals. I was sad to lose teams in the group stage, even when it was only 3 at a time. This has been such a competitive arena right now here at EWC, at PMWC. Just so cool stuff. Can't wait to see more tomorrow. And I can't wait to see how that scoreline adds up at the end of the day when we throw it back over to the desk.
You're spot on there, man. This is the sort of LAN event that goes down in the history books, not only because we'll crown another champion once again, but the fact that it feels like the skill level has risen so far across the board, teams being able to adapt and homogenize not only that slow, smart play style, but like you say, turning it on, hitting heavy, playing confident when they need to. And it's even just the sheer showmanship of some of the eliminations we've been seeing throughout the whole day, but in that very game as well. Some powerful plays.
It's still insane as well, because Nongshim Red Force, they're just coming off from PMMI winning that one. But in the meantime, we do have an interview with E-Arena with Kalaris down on the stage.
Yes, we do, and with a legend of PMWC, it's Schweppes, of course, here, 2-time champion. Let's talk to E-Arena about some of these games. First things first, off the back of this last Miramar, were you surprised by Nongshim Red Force not going around the eastern side? And talk to me about those last moments in that game, of course. Despite Nongshim Red Force getting the win, E-Arena still looks fantastic today.
อยากพูดถึงกับเกมสุดท้ายเมื่อกี้นะฮะตอนที่เราเจอกับนงชิมรู้สึกประหลาดใจกับวิธีการเล่นของเขาไหมฮะที่เขาไม่ไปฝั่งอีสฮะแล้วก็วิธีการที่เขาเข้าหาทีมเราอะฮะ
ก็ปกติครับมันเป็นช็อตที่เขาต้องเล่นแบบนี้อยู่แล้วแล้วเขาก็ทำออกมาได้ดีครับส่วนเรา ไม่มีออปชันพอที่จะไปสู้กับเขาแล้วก็ตัวผู้เล่นน้อยกว่าด้วยก็เลยตามที่เห็น
Okay, so to be honest, I'm not surprised with how they play and how Nongshim approached to them during the last circle, during the last fight, because like they don't have any much more option left to play, and also like for Arena we have the disadvantage of the player number, but yeah, congratulations to them.
Absolutely. So now you're in first place. Obviously, you're going to be setting the smash points threshold going into tomorrow. Arena has looked brilliant throughout the day. Is there any extra added pressure? How are you feeling about going into the next day, of course, with the potential of you're even personally, becoming basically a 3-time champion on this stage?
ก็ตอนนี้นะฮะเราอยู่ที่1ของตารางแล้วนะฮะแล้วก็ด้วยกฎของ Smash Point เนี่ยในวันพรุ่งนี้เนี่ยรู้สึกว่ามันมีความกดดันอะไรบ้างไหมฮะแล้วก็รู้สึกไงบ้างครับที่ตอนนี้เนี่ยเราเหลืออีกแค่9เดียวที่เราจะได้เป็นแชมป์3สมัยแล้วครับ
ก็ไม่รู้สึกอะไรครับแค่โฟกัสไปเกมต่อเกมไม่คาดหวังครับก็เล่นไปเรื่อยๆตามเกมตามสเต็ปไปเรื่อยๆ
So actually we got no pressure at all. We're gonna play game by game, round by round, like step by step, like, and hopefully we're gonna get like chicken dinner tomorrow, and like good luck to everyone too.
I'll finish it off with one last question. With you setting that threshold now, which team would you be most concerned about on your heels, catching you up, considering the lineup of teams that are here?
คำถามต่อไปนะฮะก็คืออยากถามว่าในตอนนี้เนี่ยเราอยู่ในฐานะที่เราเป็นอยู่หัวตารางนะฮะอยากถามว่ามีทีมไหนที่ทำให้เรารู้สึกว่าเป็นกังวลมากที่สุดไหมฮะที่แบบว่าเขาจะไล่ตามเราขึ้นมาได้ฮะ
ก็ทุกทีมเลยครับมันก็ยังมีโอกาสที่เขาจะแซงเรากลับขึ้นมาได้แต่ว่าสุดท้ายแล้วก็อยู่ที่ตัวเรา
Well, to be honest, like every single team could be like catching up to them for tomorrow. Like who know what's gonna happen? Like everyone can become the champion at this point. So hopefully, like everyone can play and perform like as best as they can.
All right, thank you very much, Febs. Best of luck tomorrow. That does it down here on the stage. Let's head over for more PMWC.
With none other than Arena. But right now, we have something major going on with the club championship as Magnus Carlsen. He's been able to defend his title.
That's right. All right, let's talk about this, okay? Because it was an insane finals over in chess. It means a lot, too, for the club championship side of things. Magnus Carlsen, back-to-back champ, defends the title, does an absolutely fantastic job, too, does not drop a game in the process. Yeah, I mean, honestly, insane work out of Magnus Carlsen. But it's also the story of Denis Lazovic, right? Because second place finish for AGAL not only was massive for the club, but massive for GM Dennis as an individual. Magnus was saying that he's really looking to have someone that can kind of be his set rivalry. He wants a rival to look forward to going up against every single tournament. The question is the new up-and-comer, the 19-year-old GM Dennis, gonna be that person?
Is he going to be? I mean, he did end up getting 2-0. We'll see what's going to be happening later on in upcoming years. But in regards to right now, their rankings, AGL being able to secure that second place does put them up in the rankings.
It does. I mean, so that now puts them 500 points above Falcons after Falcons got the third place amount of points in chess. See that reflected here. Team Falcons still in second. However, that's now all the points AGAL can get this championship weekend. Falcons, though, are still in the discussion. There's an insane matchup happening as we speak at the STC Arena between Team Falcons and Twisted Minds. A little bit of a Mina battle going on. And if Falcons are able to come out on top, move their way into the semifinals, they get even more points on the board.
They will. Falcons looking to retain that first place in the club championship, especially with the quarterfinal. A major moment going on in the club championship. And thank you so much, Glitter, for joining us and giving us that update. I'm going to send you back to that one because if we're still live here for PUBG Mobile Esports, I would like to find out what's going to be happening. So thank you. Let us know what ends up happening. We'll be hearing more from Glitter Explosion. But let's get back to PUBG Mobile Esports, to PMWC at EWC 26, because right now, E-Arena has regained Hot Jukes that first place.
Let's go, baby. E-Arena winning this, or actually being so back at first place, is insane, right? I mean, I cannot express to y'all how important this is for this team here, okay? They're coming out from Thailand, performing so well, especially the fact that they just barely made it here into the finals. It's so wild to see.
It actually is, but I do want to say, for a team that's currently in first place, these average elims are actually quite low. We don't have anyone standing out. They're all around like that 1 average elimination per game, but it's all about especially that survival time. Survival time equals placement point. We see what actually right chicken dinners, also podium finishes. That is really the main reason why they're currently contending at the very top and currently should be right number 1 above the likes of Aurora. So yeah, the eliminations way lower than I expected.
As we look at the overall ranking, eArena finishes off the day with 112 points. So what does that mean for tomorrow? The Smash rule is set, and it's going to be at 122 points if they want to win via Smash rule. Just remember, for everybody watching, if you're not familiar with the Smash rule format, eArena or whoever ends up reaching 122 points tomorrow, after that, they are eligible to win via Smash rule.
Yes, they are. And to get Smash, what do you have to do? Just win a game. So it's just as simple as that, which in this lobby is no simple matter at all. But I tell you what, man, Nongshim, Aurora,
Yes.
S2G, Nigma, Ulf, all of those teams can actually make it.
They're coming for him. They're coming for him hot, and they're going to have to really perform because eArena have so much to gain here. Like I was mentioning, you know, they're coming from Thailand. Average monthly salary in Thailand is 500 USD a month, right? To win something like this would be absolutely massive for them. So they're going to be coming in, bringing everything they absolutely got. Nongshim Red Force, though, today, Hyunbin has been hitting those shots like crazy.
Yeah, he's been crazy. Really happy about Nongshim Red Force. But you know what? We know that here the top teams on the rankings are going to be in contention for the trophy. But 4 Thrives, Furia, the lowest teams on this first page, they need to start off hot tomorrow, right? That Rondo in particular, Niptura, if we don't see, I'm talking like a top 5 with a bunch of eliminations, especially after the hot drop, man, that race for number 1 is going to be done and dusted.
29 elims again? Is that what we want to see? Because
Yes.
that's what I want to see, especially from 7th place, 8th place, and any of these other teams that want to be challenging.
Honestly, I want to just go back to 4 Thrives very quickly as we look at the second page here. For 4 Thrives, for me, this is best case scenario. For me, right? For them to be in 7th place, just behind, just within Smash Point, still slightly, but this is best case scenario. We know that this is a team that works on mentality, and if they have a lot of pressure, they do not perform. They are just far enough away where they might not have that pressure on them, but they are close enough that if they are able to play very well, they could go ahead and still win the whole thing.
I'm sorry, Ned, but I'm going to have to disagree with you because this team are the reigning champions of PMGO Season 1. If they weren't the champions of PMGO, I feel like what you said is correct. But the fact that they have been champions in the past and they're looking to go for the back-to-back here at a global event, I think they are going to be feeling the pressure, and I think they're definitely going to be feeling the pressure from the fans that are here.
Yeah, especially when you're, as you said, right, the technically reigning champions of a global event, not including PMMI, as they couldn't participate. I feel like there's definitely going to be a lot of expectations for them to do that comeback. But though, looking at the second page of the rankings, we saw Tiamba at the very top. I feel like everyone below Tiamba, currently, I have very low hopes, if not actually no hope whatsoever, for them to actually be competing for the title of PMWC 2026 Grand Champion. So outside of that, if they do an exceptional kickoff, like maybe we're talking back-to-back wins, but outside of that, game over in my opinion.
That Rondo is going to be so important tomorrow, right? For so many of these squads, they're going to have to really do their homework, dial in and lock in, because if they can get a crazy 30-point game, anything can happen. We still got 6 matches left to go, so no matter who it is, where you're at on the leaderboards, root for your squad, give them the hype they need to pull off a miracle. We want to see it here in Paris. Come on, guys. Second page to first. You can do it. Make it happen.
Do we have 6 matches, though?
Hey.
Do we?
Hey.
Because right
That's the
now,
question.
those teams that are challenging for that Smash rule, hear me out. We haven't gotten a chance to see it yet, but I think we might end up seeing it. But take some guesses. Quick predictions. Who's going to be the MVP? Juice.
MVP?
Yeah. Quick.
Mormon.
Hey, I was on the right squad. My man, hey, so easy. 14 eliminations, 2,000 damage. He went off.
Hey, they popped off. And Nongshim Red Force, this was a great day for them.
It was. I mean, So Easy is the one that initiated the insane, and might I say, not insane in a good way, insane in an absolutely crazy way, the push onto EA. Luckily, it worked out, but we were all yelling at the TV going, what are you doing?
It's so easy. He's been kind of going wild, okay? But it did make it look easy from time to time. Of course, I feel like Nongshim Red Force, sometimes they don't look confident, sometimes they look too confident. But you know what? The one consistent throughout today has been So Easy, putting up big numbers alongside alongside Kyunbin. Very happy, of course. I like Kyunbin, but I got to respect the entirety of the roster. So Easy looking incredible and actually saving Kyunbin in a lot of these scenarios. And right now, looking at their position in the rankings, can they be the champions? Because, you know, last time we saw a South Korean team become the champions, it was D+ in London with that insane island finish. Can Nungshim Red Force be the ones to do it next?
And honestly, if they're within the Smash point, they are very, very scary. We saw in PMMI, they won by Smash. They're one of the only teams, if not the only team, to win by Smash rule in a global. They can absolutely do it. They're there. They're in third place. They're looking very good. Can they do it again? I would be very worried if I was any other team right now.
And for everybody that's a Nongshim Red Force fans, I feel like we got a major answer today. Yes, that's why I started looking exactly and directly at you, Max. Because the biggest question mark from them, especially in the first day, in those 4 matches that we ended up playing, was can this team end up performing better in regards to placement points? Can they end up winning since we do have this Smash rule at play here? Today, we ended up playing 8 matches and they ended up winning 2 out of those matches. So we did get the answer that we wanted to, and they're currently challenging, and this is what I'm saying. I don't know if we're gonna have those 6 matches tomorrow. You got Aurora up there, you got E-Arena that has the experience. They're looking like they got the nerves under control. It's gonna come down, Jukes, to those teams that are following them, that are currently chasing them, that are actually far away from that Smash zone.
And the perfect example happened to be what you talked about, Neptura, PMMI. Nobody thought Nongshim Red Force was gonna win it until the last match. Everyone thought Tianba had it in the bag. They had a massive lead, but then last game, match number 6, Nongshim Red Force take it away. Even though Fury had more points, they won it and they become the champions. So it's still anybody's game for sure.
You know what? I'm going to slow down the Nongshim Red Force hype right now because I don't want to curse them too much. But I want to pivot real quick on S2G, a team that got 3 wins, right? They got 3
I like that.
chicken dinners, and we know that with their Smash ruling in play, chicken dinners kind of really important. No, kind of really important.
They kinda count.
So S2G right now, if they do get in like a top 5, top 6 scenario, and they actually have a decent position in the zone, and they are indeed in the Smash zone, I feel like S2G could be snatching away that trophy from the hands of the Arena.
I got a question. How many teams do you think
put your
you're gonna
hand
end?
up.
Yeah, I was about to say.
We're back
I'm near the desk there.
Yes. Hi, Jukes. You may speak.
Yeah, how many teams do you think are gonna be in the Smash zone at the end of this?
I'll tell you. Hold on. Let's do something. Before we end the show here, Tomasz, can you actually pull up that overall once again for
Bring
us?
it up.
Just so we can set the tone here for what's going to be happening tomorrow, because it's going to be... Thank you. It's going to be quite interesting. From looking at this leaderboard right now, we got E-Arena and 112. Once again, to remind everybody, the threshold is going to be 122 tomorrow. I personally think we can have up to 6 teams on that Smash zone.
It's a good call.
Depending on how many games we end up playing,
Yeah.
Max.
I'm going to say 4. I feel like 4 teams, even in like really PMMI was pushing the limits of the Smash ruling where, what was it, 5, almost 6 teams entering the Smash zone. But I feel like for this event, 4 teams. It's the amount of squads that will be entering that Smash zone.
I have to agree with you. I think 6 is a possibility. Absolutely a possibility. Based on
You
points.
can agree with me too. You're good.
Yeah,
You're
I
good.
agree with both of them. More likely, it's gonna be 4.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we go all 6 matches. I think we're gonna see 6,
Wait, 6,
7,
six.
8 people in it. It's possible, baby. Come on, let's go.
Crazy.
Max.
You didn't see that. You didn't see that.
Rondo.
I saw it.
Rondo.
You think we're gonna go 6 matches?
I think we can see. We go 6
Wait, but
matches.
you didn't answer the question.
What?
How many teams?
I'm gonna go with 7. I'm gonna go with 7 teams. It's gonna go all 6 games. Rondo, we're gonna see like 4 teams in that mid pack get like 10, 15 points, and it's gonna make the whole show wild. So you guys better be watching. It's gonna be awesome.
Wait, 7's getting in the Smash zone. Well done. Congrats. Hey!
Yes!
But yeah, for these teams, I can't wait to see what we're going to be seeing tomorrow. We saw many teams being able to step up here today on day 2 of PMWC at EWC 26. Thank you so much for joining us, Hot Jukes, Maxman, Neptura, the 7WG, Lays, the amazing interviews, and also Kalaris was able to join us today here in the studio, and all the casters with John Allen, Jackie, and Blanket, everybody in production. It has been a pleasure to bring you this day to 8 matches. What a marathon. Tomorrow, we could have 2 matches, 3, 4, 5,
Possible.
or 6, like Jukes is predicting here. Let us know on social media what many matches you think we're going to be getting. Use the hashtag EWC, hashtag EWC26. We'll be seeing you tomorrow for the final day of PMWC at EWC 26. Whoa.
Let's go!